Heroes, you are our last hope, saviors of this world. I know you can do it, as long as you stay... Oh. They're already f***ing gone! Sidequest!
Hello and welcome to tonight's side quest. Tonight we are talking about something we have all experienced at some point in our lives. We are chronicling those events most unfortunate. We are going to be covering bad luck and the stories thereof. But before that, how you doing, guys? Hope you're having a shitty day on this topical evening.
Fuck you and I.
I'm here.
We have all made it to this night. But, you know, tonight we're going to recall what speed bumps got in our way on our way here. So, has anybody got a good story they want to share first? Actually, before that, let's talk about some more positive things real quick. Anything happened in the week since we last recorded?
Was my mother's birthday.
Oh, yeah? It was also the 4th of July to date this episode.
God bless
Oh,
me.
no. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I'm going to sound like a horrible son real quick. No, that was the week before. I completely forgot what today was.
Yeah.
And, frankly, I just know that explosions happened recently, and that's about it.
All right.
I guess there has been some good things. I mean, I got to blow up some things, but at the same time, for those that don't know, I do most of our recordings at work because my schedule just sucks compared to everyone else. So I'm always here late at night. In fact, I don't even get holidays off. I was here for 4th of July. But that was a blessing in disguise because I got offered a job by the people that I'm a security guard for. A newly appointed higher up came up and asked me if I would like to make a lot more money than what I'm making now. And he's going to personally recommend me to the site.
Very nice, very nice.
Heck yeah. And it should fix my hours to possibly record with you guys.
Brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
I am also gearing up to switch careers. I work for the same company that Jekyll does right now, and lovingly, I fucking hate this job.
It's so boring. Honestly, I could do so much more, and
So,
yet I get paid to sit.
That part is nice, but I'm going to be moving on to the grocery store that begins with a C here in the future. Because
Starts with a C?
yeah, they have insurance.
He needs it.
C. I
Don't
keep wanting
hurt
to say
yourself.
Kroger, but there's a K.
Don't hurt yourself, buddy. I'll tell you later.
Oh, stroke.
I can hear the gears turning. The steam is building
No,
up under
I'm-
his headphones.
Low key, yeah, they kind of are, because I have no idea what my brain's running through
I
the
will
list of
fucking
stores.
tell
I
you
can't
later.
think- A
You
C.
stupid dumb bitch.
I'm just not mentioning brand names right now because it just
don't need
seems like a bad plan.
I mean, that's fair, that's fair.
But anyway, so stories of bad luck. Jekyll, yesterday, do you want to... Jekyll is the one who inspired tonight's episode, because yesterday we just got a message in the chat that needs explanation. Why don't you tell us a bit about that, sir?
Okay, so...
This
Here's the
entire
funny thing.
episode is just so I can ask what the hell happened.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Noel dropped this whole entire plan on me of the theme of tonight, just like 2 seconds ago. So,
Hey, motherfucker,
yeah, no.
I sent out the theme of this episode this morning. It's not my fault you guys don't read the fucking chat.
You're right. I don't.
You're right. I don't either. I'm just there when I can be.
It's on your phone.
You expect me to check messages on my phone? That's the last thing I use my phone for.
Stop watching porn all the time.
I watch Instagram, thank you, and I watch animal videos because cute animals, and that's what the field I want to work in is. Anyways,
Furry.
moving on. Real animals, thank you. Anyways, I'm going to fight you. But no, yesterday was a complete shit show. Probably one of the worst Mondays I've had in a hot minute. Here's the worst part. The information I gave you guys was only just a snippet of what happened, and then more stuff happened after that.
Hold on. Would you mind terribly if I just read the single sentence we got in the chat yesterday?
Yeah, go ahead.
From Jekyll yesterday at 8:30 p.m. A fire broke out at work when I got here. Now a transformer just blew up next to me. I'm done with today. I'm shaking. No more explanation.
Yeah, yeah. No, after the explosion, my brain kind of went into fight or flight for no good reason. And like my whole entire ability to just talk or communicate went out the window. So yeah, yesterday I get to work and I want to go on site. I want to clock in. I feel like I'm running maybe 5 minutes behind schedule. And as I'm walking, I see a lot of my coworkers walking back towards me, and I'm like, they're on my shift. Why are they? That's not right. And they're like, hey, no. We're not allowed on site. We're not even allowed clocking in. Please just go out to the parking lot and wait out there. We soon find out that there is a fire. In fact, it's a generator about the size of a normal household that has caught fire. Now, what's the first thing you think of when a generator catches fire? What type of fire would you think that would be?
Electrical fire?
Exactly, a lovely electrical fire. And for those at home that don't have the brain cells to know that you don't put water on an electrical fire, yeah. It started downpouring.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it stormed yesterday.
It was a torrential downpour, and we had so many fire trucks on site. We stood outside of that gate for about an hour, and I hope that we got paid for that hour, mind you.
Probably didn't.
Because, yeah, probably not. So add that to the bad luck. But yeah, no, it smelled like burning electrical stuff, and I'm like, well, that's going to be a crappy day. Get on site. I run the front gate, and we had so many people I've never seen before. I usually have my regulars, but I let in about a good 60 people on the site. That's not normal. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It'd be like that apparently.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. But all is calm. It's like, okay, the fire's gone. All these people are now on site. They're doing all this stuff. Good for them. I'm sitting in my box. I turn off YouTube for the day. I'm just tired. I'm just done. And then suddenly, I shit myself because
what?
Goes up right next to me.
Hold on. What? I didn't hear you.
I said I shit myself because a large explosion went off right next to me.
Okay.
It's one thing for something to just explode and like, oh yeah, that thing just blew up. It's not going to work no more. No, this was one of those explosions where you felt it inside of your taint. And I turn around to see this massive white fireball shooting off from the side of the building, along with so much black smoke. And then, like, a little sound of electrical noises afterwards. And this is not your normal transformer. A transformer is one of those things that you see on those electrical poles, like usually by a house or a gas station, anything. No, it wasn't even that small. This transformer is roughly the size of a car, and the whole thing blew up. And I had to be the guard that called it in.
Yeah.
I had to deal with the fire marshal, which was pissed to be there 2 days in a row. Well, two times in a single day, not 2 days in a row. And then, so that happened. I was just shaking the rest of the day. I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna get stuck here, and like, what else am I supposed to do? Did I do wrong? Because like I wasn't comprehensible on the walkie-talkie. First thing I did, I grabbed the walkie-talkie and screamed into the thing.
You know, if your walkie-talkie sounded anything like your mic just now, no one understood you.
Yeah. Until I get a better mic to use at work. That was explosion at the end of the building. Yeah, no. So I thought that could probably just be the end of the bad day, and then, and then right before everything is about to come to an end of the day, an ex calls me.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, it just gets better.
Okay, hold on. Now we gotta dig deeper into that. Is it an ex I'm aware of?
Well, I mean, you've always kind of been around, so you kind of always hear about exes.
Okay, yeah.
So more than likely, yes, you probably know this one.
Okay, give them a code name that I would recognize.
No.
No?
Because it was not a good conversation. I don't want to think about it. They aren't even worth giving a nickname to. Okay.
Damn. Okay.
It was not a pleasant phone call. Let's just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
And I don't even know why. They just suddenly like, oh,
Wait,
you crossed my mind.
So this ex, they called to just pick a fight, like, or were they trying to get back with you, or?
Dude, I don't know. It was such a bipolar conversation. It went from like, oh, you just randomly crossed my mind to, hey, you remember why we didn't work?
Oh, Jesus.
Sir, why did you just immediately
What the hell?
It just escalated from there, and that's where I'm going to leave it. But
okay. All right, well. All right. So
oh, then I hit a raccoon. I hit a raccoon on the way home, and it like hurt my grill, and I had to fix that. So yeah, no, right. Worse Mondays.
Okay. So Satin, what bad luck stories do you have? Because I'm sitting here thinking of a couple of on my end as well. I've got a couple of good titles if you guys want to hear them.
I'm so tired.
How do I like follow that up?
Okay, hold on. I'll tell you the titles of my stories, and we'll see what you guys think of it.
Can mine be called Bad Mondays?
Yeah, yours is like, called Bad Mondays. Yeah, no, yours is I hate Mondays. Okay.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Go with the Garfield quote.
Garfield.
An expected Monday.
Yeah. Okay, so we got I hate Mondays. Then the two.
No, that's going to be the cover art. It's going to be Garfield with my face over it.
Okay. I'll make that into the thumbnail. But let's see. Titles of my story. Have I mentioned on this podcast the Forgotten Lottery?
What?
The Forgotten Lottery.
What do you mean forgotten lottery?
All right, so I know I've told you this story, Jekyll, but I don't think I've brought it up on the podcast. So I'm gearing up to move recently. So I've been cleaning. I've been going through some of my stuff. And I am a collector of things, so I've kept a lot of things. One of the things that I kept was I went to a convention with Jekyll in 2017. We went to our first ever Comic-Con in 2017. It wasn't a major one. It was a small cosplay and nerd convention. But at that convention, they had loot boxes and raffles. And I love loot boxes. I love raffles. So I bought a Fallout...
wait to explain this?
I bought a Fallout loot box. Because I think Fallout 4 had just, like, wrapped up at this time, and 76 was starting to get bigger. So, I went through this box, and inside there were a couple cool things. There was like a set of Fallout themed like plastic army men. There was like a bumper decal. There was a poster. There was like a Pip-Boy bobblehead, and there was a pin. I thought, oh, all this is cool, and it came in like a Vault-Tec cardboard box, and I thought, all right, that's neat. Packed everything back up in the box and put it on the shelf because I thought it was a cool shelf item. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I am now living with my girlfriends, and we're about to be moving into a new place, so I'm getting rid of some stuff. I'm cleaning out some stuff. I find this box again, and I open it up, and I'm looking at these items again. You remember the pin I mentioned? I didn't think much of the pin at the time. But what this pin said on the cardboard of it, it said New York Comic-Con 2018. And the pin was a glow-in-the-dark enamel pin of the Vault-Tec guy jumping out of an envelope that said, "You're invited." I won the grand fucking prize of a trip to the New York Comic-Con in 2018, and I put it back in a box and never turned in the ticket because I'm an idiot and didn't realize what it was.
Way to go, you stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I've just had apparently a free pass to the New York Comic-Con sitting in my fucking shelf for a year that I never used, and now it's way out of date, and I've just got a neat pin thinking, fuck, I could have gone to like an awesome Comic-Con where actual creators were there and shit like that. Nope, didn't realize it, put it back in the box, said that was neat, and moved on with my life.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about the fact that you found that afterwards.
Yeah, I won the grand prize in that raffle and never realized it.
Heartbreak.
Yep, it was devastating. But that's just my luck. Another story title that I have, we'll call this story, let's call it the 3-car problem.
Oh, God.
Wait, I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah? I want you to,
Yeah.
what do you think I'm about to talk about, Jekyll?
Well, this is either going to talk about how you have the worst luck with cars in general,
Yeah.
or it's going to be the one time where your brakes just completely cut out and you jumped out of your car and it hit one of our other friends' car.
Okay, that is a different story, but I will tell that story in a second. No, the 3-car problem, this story comes from this year, actually. The longest month of the year, January. I had a hell of a time in January. So, the morning started off, I woke up 5 a.m. I go to a job site because I was working construction at the time. And I had just gotten back into work after getting out of the hospital the week before. And the week before that, I had sliced my hand open bad enough that I had to have stitches. But,
Dumbass.
yeah, so I'm back at work now. There's still stitches in my hand, but I'm ready to work. I'm no longer sick. I don't have influenza anymore, and the pneumonia had cleared up. That is what I was dealing with the past 2 weeks before this day. So I get to work, and I've worked for, let's say they let me work a full fucking day. The thing is, so the big boss, like the big boss was there at 6 a.m. when I got there, talking to everybody on the crew, having a grand old time, just checking in with everybody, making sure everything was running smoothly. This was a Monday. He did that. But at the end of the day, he's back on the site, which was a little weird. But nobody was really saying much about it, except he comes over to me at the end of this day, maybe it's about 2 o'clock now, and just, hey, Noel, I'm sorry, but a lot of the jobs we bid on for this upcoming year, we didn't get. So we're going to have to let you go. I got fired at 2 o'clock.
Yikes.
I'm a little bit put out by this. So I gather up my tools, pack them all into the toolbox for the final time, and go home. And I think, well, I actually said this aloud. Well, at least I can rest and I'll have an easy day. I'll get on a job search tomorrow. I'm just going to relax for the rest of the day. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Usually how it works.
Yeah. So think about me. Whenever I'm in a really bad mood or have a bad situation happen to me, I have a habit of I want to go out to eat. I go out somewhere. I sit by myself. I put my headphones on. I watch a YouTube video and eat a sandwich. My girlfriends call it the rage sandwich because this is the coping mechanism I've had for years. I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't punch things. I eat a sandwich by myself. So I go out to the parking lot to get in my car and go get a spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's because that's all I wanted in life right now. But I wander around the parking lot. I do another lap around the parking lot. I take a third lap around the parking lot. My car's gone. My car had been towed from the parking lot of my own apartment the day I got fired from my job.
I think I heard you talk about this at one point a long time ago.
Yeah, well, so I go to the head office of my apartment complex and ask, what the fuck? Where's my car? What the fuck? And they're like, oh yeah, they left a note here. And I call them, and they're like, oh yeah, your tags were like a month out of date. So we towed your car. It's at the impound lot. You can pick it up again for $200. I grit my teeth. I'll be there in an hour. So I get in my girlfriend's car, and she's driving us towards the impound lot. Everything's going great. Having a grand old time. Haven't killed anybody yet, but I felt pretty justified if I did. Traffic, terrible. Girlfriend's car, not a great car. But it's what can you do? My car got fucking jacked. Except we get about halfway to this impound lot, which was about 45 minutes to an hour from where I live. And we stop. Yeah, we hear a weird noise. So we stop. We pull off to the side, pull into the parking lot of an AutoZone where my girlfriend's car breaks down so completely we can't turn it on again. It's dead. It's totally fucking dead. The igniter was fucked. The battery was corroded. The gas was leaking. The car shit itself irreparably. It was done for. That's the second car. I'd like to tell you, once again, that this story is called the 3-car problem. So,
This is depressing.
yeah, so what we do, obviously, because we have no other fucking choice at this point, is call my mother. Because she lives in the same area as her, and she has a working car. So we pop over to the Sheets next door to this AutoZone, just fucking abandoning the car right now because it's fucked. And finally, I'm able to eat a kind of shitty gas station sandwich and drink a Gatorade and try not to murder an employee. Also, it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at this point. And eventually, after about an hour, because my mother lives a bit far away, my mother pulls into the AutoZone, and we all pile into her car, ready to go collect my car from the impound lot. Tomb's car, totally fucked. No saving it. Called the tow company, told them where it was. They're going to take it away. Not our fucking problem anymore. It was such an old car, we aren't even going to get insurance money. That's just a lost cause. And we accepted that. Begrudgingly. We go to leave the AutoZone. And we hear a strange crunch. My mother's truck had thrown a tire. The turn rod on her front tire had snapped. So her front fucking wheel was sideways while she was trying to drive forward. And once again, we're stranded out of Sheets next to an AutoZone at 10 o'clock at night now. That's the third car. My mother, being the gracious and caring woman she is, decides she will stay at the AutoZone alone and wait for the tow truck to take her car to get fixed. Tomb's car, totally fucked. It's just sitting there. We don't care about that car anymore. She calls us an Uber, and we go back home and wait for Swan to come home to once again drive to the impound lot to pick up my car. Which eventually, at about 11:30 at night, we finally get to the impound lot in January. It's fucking freezing. I stand outside the fucking office for 30 minutes trying to turn in my $200 and take my car home. And after about 30 minutes, I finally pay my fee. I take my car, and at this point, I don't go home. All three of us decided, fuck going home. We're going to a bar. And we went to our usual bar and line danced and got fucking way too drunk just to try and salvage the night. I'll tell you, didn't salvage the night. I'm getting angry again just thinking about this fucking day. Yeah, so yeah, I'm a very lucky man. Just yeah, I don't know.
Scarecrow of luck.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm starting to remember some really bad days that I have suppressed deep down, and it's slowly bringing me more and more into darker dread. And I can see my own reflection in the glass pane right next to me, and it looks like I want to kill someone. Like I'm looking at myself, and there is a dark aura just sitting there. Like, yes.
Actually, that wasn't the end of my troubles with that car that I got back from the impound lot.
What all happened?
Well, so let's call this one the tooth in the tire.
Oh, that's a great name.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a drive-by.
The
Hit or
tooth,
run.
the tooth in the tire. So I get my car back in January, and then last month, or no, this was not last month. It was in May. Yeah, it was in May. So in May, I had a big trip coming up. I was going to Ireland. I was so excited. One thing I needed to do before I left for my trip. A wisdom tooth had gotten infected, so I needed to get it out. Just, annoying, but not that big a deal. I scheduled the appointment. I'm thinking, all right, I got a couple days left before my trip. This is the last thing I need to get done. Let's get it done, and then I'll just go about my life and pack and enjoy my vacation. Every time I think I can relax, life decides to kick me in the balls yet again. And on my way to get teeth pulled from my head, I'm coming off the highway. There's a bit of traffic. It's storming out. I slow down. Come to a nearly complete stop behind a semi-truck. It's storming. It's wet. I leave a good amount of space between me and the semi-truck, thinking, I don't want to get hit by a semi today. Little did I fucking know. Little did I know that at the moment I thought, all right, I'm far enough back from this semi-truck. It's not going to back up. I'm not going to slide forward. Nothing can happen. It is at this point where an SUV rear ends me, bending one of my tires almost in half, and slams me forward into the back of this semi. I get out the car.
So,
It's still storming. I get insurance from the woman who hit me in the back, and I'm thinking, fuck. I look at my car. All right. It's dinged up, couple of panels dented. The tire looks a little wonky, but I think I can still get to the dentist. At least I can call the tow truck from the dentist. I get there. It's maybe a 5-minute drive from where I got hit. Don't think much of it. Think, that's a shit, but whatever. Get out of the car, look it over again. Nope. Tire, fucking axle snapped. Don't know how I even made it to the dentist. Then I go
Pure
inside.
luck.
Then I go inside the dentist. Now here's where life decided to be a bit cruel. Because it was so friendly and easygoing before this, right? Like, I was having a great day. I go into the dentist office, and I'm like, hey, sorry I'm a little late. I got hit by a car today. They said, perfectly fine. Who are you? Oh, my name is Noel. I had an appointment today. Oh. No, you don't. The fuck you mean I don't? I confirmed it with you yesterday on the phone. Yes, I remember the call, and we recorded the call. But our system made an error. Your appointment's actually tomorrow.
our system. You called in, confronted two. Oh, okay. No, I'm getting mad on your behalf.
Yeah.
Because I've had that happen. I've had that shit happen. That is the most. Okay. I need to calm down. But
Yeah.
like, listen here, you Doctor Beeden motherfucker. Okay, if you ever set up an appointment, you go through with it, and
Yeah.
if it's not to your time, you can suck it. You are paid to do this.
Yeah.
I don't run on your time.
Well,
If you tell me to be there an hour early and you wait 2 hours to get into that room, I'm gonna have a problem.
The thing about it, I would have thrown a fit. I was ready to throw a fit. And then I heard a devastating line leave her mouth. Yeah, our system made an error. Your appointment's been scheduled for tomorrow. Our surgeon is currently at another site. There was nothing I could do except sit in a sterile dentist waiting room with my totaled car and wait for a tow truck, wait for someone to pick me up. I was just... And like I mentioned, I didn't have time to reschedule. I didn't have time to fight with insurance. I was leaving the country in 3 days. But it's all fine. Somebody else talk before I have a stroke.
No, we don't have a stroke.
I mean, I have more. My luck is unbelievably shit.
Speaking of bad luck, I just got some information.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah, so, like I said, I record these with you guys at work, and I just had a regular just come through, and he's like, oh, hey, by the way, everyone that usually comes in at 6 o'clock, like me, they were at a meeting. So everyone's going to be showing up here in like the next 10 minutes. Fair warning.
Oh, boy.
So so if I keep bouncing in and out of the call, please understand.
Yeah, no
that's
worries.
what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, I guess I
Satin,
gotta
you
talk.
haven't talked. You haven't. Yeah,
Come on.
Well, I've been laughing at you kids.
You exist, man. Tell us about a bad day. Come on. You can't just have good days.
If you haven't had a bad day, I will make
I
you
haven't had bad days compared to you fuckers. That's the problem here.
I mean, we could always talk about how the back of my leg got burnt off, or the fact I watched a person get hit by a train at the age of 7. Or we could talk about the fact that I watched someone's arm get sucked into a machine during my first ever job. Or we could talk about the fact that... Actually, never mind.
We could talk about the time that we had the unfortunate experience of driving through a fucking hurricane one night.
We talked about that, though.
We did talk about... What episode did we talk about that in?
That was the sandwich episode.
Was that the same? No, that was the Just Trust Me, bro, wasn't it?
No. That was the sandwich episode because I watched that thing on repeat.
I love how we have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I got no idea. Let's see.
I can actually tell you a fun story I had
Yeah.
with my first job here.
Okay.
So, first job was a gas station. We sell, we sell a bunch of things, alcohol being one of them. And it's a alcohol-related thing because how our policy is that when multiple people are talking in front of the door, like getting alcohol, you gotta card all of them. Like,
fair enough policy.
Yeah, and especially if like one of the people looks too young for it.
Yep.
That was the case. This one, this was like end of a night shift, damn near, or yeah, no, it would be end of a night shift.
Mm-hmm.
No, not night shift, evening shift. It was close to like 10 o'clock. We had a few dudes come in, and they had a young girl with them. Sounds horrible at first, but
yep, this isn't sounding good. You broke up a human trafficking ring.
Well, no. There's more context there.
You got folded into a human trafficking ring.
Well, no. They all got Bud Lights, and they were going to get Bud Lights.
Well, there's the first red flag.
I'll say, well, yeah. This was my first job, and I hadn't even finished the fucking like full 2 weeks of training. Or no, I have recently finished. So I've been there like maybe not even just a little over 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think after that training, this was like my second or third day.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So, person I was with that was higher up than me told me make sure to card, like, you need to card all of them. And so like, okay. So it's like, so I asked for all IDs. They all get super pissed off at me because the girl looks incredibly young and she is incredibly young. It's because I find out as they're bitching about it that the girl is actually the main dude's daughter.
Oh.
And just like the other dudes that are with him are like buddies and whatnot. The other dudes, they all get pissy and whatnot, and they fucking leave because they're just pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
The main dude actually stays and like hears us out on like why we're doing it, and he was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fair." Like he was chill with it because like it explained to him, this is like we see a kid that is clearly not of age in front of a beer door while you are also buying beer. We will assume that also the child's going to consume some of this beer as well, or potentially consume some of this beer as well, and be like, yeah, no. So, he had no problem with it. He understood completely. The dude was a regular at my work there for quite a bit before he stopped coming along.
Yeah.
But he was cool with it. So the part I didn't know about until I was getting into the car with my father. Apparently, one of the other dudes was saying, he's like, "I'm gonna go punch that motherfucker in the face. I'm gonna fuck him. I'm gonna go punch him in the face."
Dude. That
Oh, no,
reminds me.
It gets better because
Okay.
my father was outside in the car at the time, windows down, and he heard that shit. So my father, the elegant man that he is, gets out of the car, kind of walks over to the dude, and tells him, "If you go in there to punch my son in the face, I will shoot you dead."
As a
And-
father should.
And I'm
As
saying-
a fucking
and I
father
know
should.
I know he would because he carries, and
Yeah.
he had his gun with him on that time. So
You know, this has
That dude
reminded
would not
this
be
has
taking out that
reminded
sword.
me this has reminded me of another story.
Which one?
This one's maybe not a bad luck story. Well, a bit of a bad luck story. And I'll just title this story, "I Don't Think He's Dead." And I'll just leave it at that. I just want to preface this story with, I didn't mean to kill anybody.
You need to say allegedly. For legal reasons, you need to say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, I didn't mean. Wait. I never meant to kill anyone. And as far as I know, I didn't. Probably, allegedly. Legal jargon that protects me from getting arrested. Anyway, this was in high school. I think I was maybe 17 or 18 at the time, and I was working one of my first jobs. A lovely little place we all have frequented, or at least experienced, McDonald's.
I didn't know you worked for McDonald's.
I worked there for about a week because of this story I'm about to tell.
Oh.
So, I was a week in. I was working the register because the fucking training at McDonald's is a joke. It was also severely understaffed, so if you're working the later night shifts at a McDonald's on a Saturday, there aren't that many people working. So sometimes you have to be the one who takes the orders and goes and makes the orders because McDonald's is a fucking joke. So that's my night. I'm a bit frustrated, but I'm getting there. I'm getting towards the end. I've got maybe 2 hours left in my shift. And this woman comes up and throws her Big Mac down on the counter and is like, I need this remade. I wanted the pickles layered in this exact way, and the sauce is too thick. You just full remake, do it in this exact insane way. Like, she wanted it layered entirely differently. She wanted, I very remember this. So a Big Mac has 3 buns. It's got the top bun, the middle bun, and the top and the bottom bun. For some reason, she wanted the middle bun and the bottom bun to be touching with the Big Mac sauce between them, and then everything else layered in a different order than it's usually made as well. But I'm a patient man, or at least I pretend to be. So I remake it in the way that she said. Give it to her. I don't charge her for this because I didn't know if I was supposed to or not because I was in training. Few minutes goes by. She takes a couple bites. She comes back, fucking throws it down on the counter again, splattering my shirt with ketchup and Big Mac sauce. I'm fucking irritated now. No, it's still not right. Just do it again and make it better.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would have crashed out at that point. I hate to admit it. I can be nice to a
Behold, what you deserve, bitch. The McGlock. Pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
Oh, hold on.
No. She would have been eating that. She would have eaten that burger. I would have took it up off that counter and be like, well, it's going down your mouth somehow.
Well, I'm not done with this story yet. I'm young. I want to keep my job. I need money. I'm broke. So I get my manager to deal with this shit. I don't want to do it. I don't know how to deal with this woman. So I call over my manager, who's a year younger than me, and ask her to deal with it. That goes over super well with this woman who was, I don't know, 30-something. And eventually she is just asked to leave the restaurant. She is given a 3rd Big Mac, which just, I think it was made the regular way without any of her weird-ass specifications, and just asked to leave. Was no longer welcomed inside the restaurant.
Drive through.
You'd think that's the end of it. A normal person would have had that been the end of it. But I watched her. I watched her go out into her car. And she sat there. And she sat there. And sat there. For 2 hours.
I was about to say, just a guess.
Oh, no.
Did
She sat there for 2 hours in this old ass, like, I swear she was in like a Corolla with bullet holes in the side of it with her boyfriend.
No wonder everyone else wanted to shoot her too.
Yeah, she had gotten in the passenger side of this white, beat up, dented, bullet hole looking Corolla. And, yeah, so she just kept sitting there. And after a while, I stopped checking on her, and I finished my shift. I went back, hung up my apron, switched into my regular t-shirt, went out the back, and was walking across the dark parking lot. It's maybe 12:30 now because it's a Saturday night, and I was working fucking graveyard shift at this shit. Well, not quite graveyard shift. I was working second and a half shift. Hours were weird at this, but I was walking over to my truck because at the time I was driving like this old beater steel body F100 pickup truck because it was a farm truck that I had and I didn't drive it very long. It kind of shit out pretty quickly. That's besides the point. This is one of my This is one of the times that I loved this truck. Because, a little background might be needed. Because I don't know if it's ever been brought up on this podcast, but I'm a fairly big dude. I'm 6 foot flat, and I weigh now about 180, 190 pounds. During this time, I was still the same height because I haven't grown much since high school, but I was about 210 pounds because, as Jekyll can attest to, I was like a 4-sport athlete in high school.
Yeah.
Which no one expected, ever.
No offense, buddy. You never looked like you were an athlete, but you definitely were in every single thing that you could get your hands on.
Yeah. I was playing baseball, soccer, boxing, and I think I was in wrestling at this point.
I think you did wrestling for at least a year.
Yeah, because we were in wrestling together in middle school, and then I came back in high school for a bit, but besides the point. I was in 4 sports at this time, but like Jekyll mentioned, no matter how much muscle I've ever put on, it's never been visible. So people think I'm just like a tall, scrawny dude. But I'm walking across the parking lot. I pulled down the tailgate of my truck, and I'm like putting my shit inside of it. My backpack's in there, my gym bag's in there, whatever. Over comes this 5'8" bald guy with something to prove, followed by his bitchy blonde girlfriend. And they get all up in my face. And I just need to mention it again. I didn't mean to kill anybody.
Blunt object to the face, I'm guessing?
No. That would have been probably kinder. So he gets all up in my face, grabbing my shirt, pulling me down towards him, like, screaming, spitting, and I'm not a confrontational person, so I wasn't saying anything. I was just going to let him get it out of his system, and I was going to go about my night. But that, apparently, my deadpan, non-responsive face pissed him off some more, because if you don't respond to somebody who's yelling at you, it goes one of 2 ways. Either they lose interest or they get angrier.
Mm-hmm.
But it's at this point, this guy just fucking hauls off and punches me in the face. Knocks my glasses to the ground, punches me in the fucking face. And at this point, I'm not doing this anymore. So, I did what anybody in my situation would have. Now, this part, I'm gonna have to, like, I'm just gonna censor a little bit. I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but I'll let you put the pieces together. He was shorter than me. I played soccer, and I caused a sound that sounded like breaking celery to happen to one of his lower limbs. And that caused him to fall forward. And I was really angry at this point. So I grabbed the side of his head and dribbled it off my tailgate. And then he fell on the ground. And the thing about this is,
It only tickled.
I didn't want to get in trouble, but I also didn't want to deal with it. And I was kind of scared at this point because when he hit the ground, it sounded way too wet for my liking. Like, I don't think a head is supposed to make a watermelon noise when it hits concrete.
Well,
He'll
the
be
face
fine.
bleeds quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So I made a slightly questionable decision at this point. Also, his girlfriend fucked off. She was gone by the time he swung the first punch. His car was also gone. She took his car and fucked off.
Gentlemen, if you try to get a girl, make sure that she's a ride or die.
Yeah. But
Otherwise, she'll leave you to die.
yeah, but so there was no one around. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. So I called an ambulance. Well, okay, hold on. There's a small order of operations thing here. What I did first was grab his ankles and pull him out of the way of my truck so I could back up. And then I called the ambulance from about a mile
And they ran
up
him
the
over on the
road.
way out.
No, I had already left by the time I called the ambulance. I think what the exact called was, hey, I work at this McDonald's. I think there's a drunk guy passed out in the parking lot. Can you send someone
Why?
to pick him up?
Why is this?
No,
female
that's
broken?
reasonable.
Click.
That's reasonable.
This part is, again, very questionable. I may have star 67'd that call. Yeah.
So it doesn't get traced back.
They didn't see my number at any point. Which I don't even know if that works on ambulance calls or police calls. I don't know. But regardless, yeah, I'm not exactly proud of that night. Also, after reviewing the security footage, McDonald's fired me due to inviting violence at a workplace.
I don't. Okay, look, I understand some companies doing that. Like, you want to hold an image and everything, but if it's late at night and there was obviously people who waited for you to get off shift to jump you and you defend yourself, that's not on you. And I don't understand why a lot of places, even schools, like some my family's always had big issues with is the fact that schools very much teach people that defending yourself will cause you to get in trouble for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why my dad was kind of one of the few things I really liked about my dad. He's still living. I don't know why I said that in past tense, but
Yeah, you kill him off.
no.
Writing him out of the plot.
Actually, he actually turns 60 this Wednesday. But he told me if I ever got expelled from school because some kid put their hands on me and I finished it, there would be a massive reward.
Yeah. My mom basically taught me the same lesson. If I was ever in a fight and sent home from school, as long as I wasn't fighting, as long as I didn't start the fight, we were going to get ice cream.
You don't start the fight, you finish the fight. That's always how you teach your kids.
Yeah,
That's
my
how I'm going to
mom
teach my
never
kids.
even like told me to win.
Nah,
I don't know. I've always just been a bigger guy and not. I've accidentally hurt people before, so I try just to take hits. It's way easier. But yeah, I don't know. I was never told that I should win a fight. Anyway.
no, I absolutely feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I promise this story makes me sound bad. Like, I may have I may have celeryed a man's knees, and I may have cantalouped his skull, and then dragged him off into a dark corner and only told people about it after I had fled the scene. It sounds bad.
Uh-huh. I swear, if you end the episode here,
But
we're gonna have to work on scripts.
it sounds bad, but you know, you just don't know the feeling until you do it.
Therapeutic. It's therapeutic. That's what he's getting at. It's very
it's
therapeutic.
kind of addicting, honestly. I've refined my technique since then, I promise.
Refined. Look, so if people want to do this at home, if you ever just push really hard,
Let's stop there. For legal reasons, I'm going to say, oh yeah, I was actually reading this Reddit story I found. This isn't my story. For legal reasons. Somebody else speak, please.
Nope.
All right, I think we're at about time then. We're going to get back to the main quest, and we hope you guys do the same. But for now, we're out of here. Good night.